from North Carolina, Fayetteville. I came to New York like 2003 for school. But basically, I used school as like the ticket. You know, it's like my ticket up. I didn't have you know parents or grandparents that stayed up here. So it's kind of like, okay, how do I get to New York? Because to backtrack, since I was like 13, I was like, oh, I want to be a rapper. You know, I wanted to be, like the best or whatever.
What is happening, y'all? What is happening? It is yours truly, Rick, but you already knew that when you clicked on this video. Yeah, this is the beginning of the official Surface Town schedule. Yes, we have a schedule for you guys, and Mondays are appreciation days. This is the first ever appreciation day where we shine some light on figures in pop culture, because I don't think we really show our appreciation until, someone's gone or somebody's on drugs or, all this crazy stuff, you know what I mean? So I really wanted to take this time out on my channel and just, shine some light on some of the people I'm with. Today is J. Cole. Now it is January 28th. If any J. Cole fan knows what that means, it is J. Cole's birthday. And I did not do that on purpose now. I don't want y'all to think I did that on purpose. Now, J. Cole was born on January 28th. Happy birthday, dog. Happy birthday. 1985, I arrived. We wasn't supposed to give out 25. I believe he was born in Germany or something like that. They say he was born somewhere and then he was raised in North Carolina and he ended up going to school in New York and began his music career in like the mid to late 2000s. He released his mixtape, The Come Up, which really showed off his skills and showed what kind of style he was and especially at that time where Soulja Boy was, killing these. That old school feel hip hop, that's what J. Cole gave you. And it caught the attention of none other than Jay-Z, because Jay-Z ended up signing J. Cole to Roc Nation in 2009. And he hasn't signed with anybody else since. So J. Cole and Jay-Z has had a good relationship since then. Throughout that time, he opened for Rihanna on the Loud Tour. He also worked with Kendrick Lamar on Section 80. And also he worked with Drake. From there, he also released Friday Night Lights, which was another mixtape, before releasing his debut album, Cold World, The Sideline Story, which kind of continued the theme of, trying to get into the game of hip hop. The first 3 mixtapes along with his debut album sort of did like a metaphorical theme with basketball. Those 4 projects sort of all intertwined with getting into the game. And now that he was in the game, he had The Sideline Story, which had singles such as Workout, Can't Get Enough, and Nobody's Perfect.
But you're perfect for me. Nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. Ay.
J. Cole's debut album, The Sideline Story, went on to sell over 200,000 copies in the first week, which is pretty respectable for an artist that just came out. And I remember during that time hearing Nobody's Perfect, and I was like, wow, J. Cole must be somebody, because Missy Elliott doesn't, Missy just don't work with anybody. So, it was really cool to see J. Cole in that light. I remember that was around the first time I was introduced to J. Cole. So that was pretty cool. We now move on to 2013, when J. Cole released his second studio album entitled Born Sinner, which featured singles such as Power Trip, Forbidden Fruit, and Crooked Smile. J. Cole from this album would ditch that, that theme of basketball metaphorically, and he would move on to something that's, been happening in his life in more recent years, releasing the album the same day as Yeezus, which was definitely showing, some guts, because, Kanye's Kanye. So to release the same day as Kanye, really showed that he was coming for that spot. He wasn't necessarily trying to take Kanye's spot or anything like that, but he was saying, he was confident in his album. Here's my album. I'm gonna release it right up there with one of the greats and let y'all judge for yourselves, And everybody knows Born Sinner was way better than Yeezus. Yeah. And Mac Miller released that same day too, and Mac Miller's album was better than Yeezus too. J. Cole's next studio album, 2014 Forest Hill Drive, would feature singles such as No Role Models and Wet Dreams.
And I ain't never did this before, no, I ain't never did this before.
During this time, J. Cole, I believe he purchased his mom's old home that was foreclosed while he was in school in New York, and it's almost like he never forgave himself for that. So he purchased the home in 2014. I believe that's the house that he's sitting on in the album cover. It's definitely a great body of work, and he also did a live version of this album as well, which was pretty dope, and just an all-around good album, and I have it in my CD collection. So in 2016, J. Cole released For Your Eyes Only, which featured the singles Neighbors and Deja Vu.
Sometimes you worry about the things he can provide for you. Whenever you around, I seem to come alive for you.
He also released a film alongside the album with him going through the cities down south. I believe he went back to North Carolina. I know the album cover was from somewhere in Atlanta. The album sold nearly 500,000 copies in the first week, with Deja Vu debuting in the top 10 of the Hot 100s the week the album was released. Now, which brings us to KOD, the 2018 release from J. Cole, which featured Kevin's Heart, KOD, and ATM.
Count it up, count it up, count it up, count it, count it up, count it up, count it up, count it.
Selling nearly 400,000 copies, which is crazy because J. Cole really doesn't do much promotion for his album, which lets you know how strong his fan base is because he can still sell those numbers. I did an album review on KOD. I'm gonna leave the link somewhere. There's a song on there where he talks about his mother and how she was addicted to alcohol. The whole album centers around addiction. He's talking about addiction to drugs, addiction to money, addiction to fame, addiction to the hood. He wanted to bring his friends up, but his friends were stuck in this mentality they couldn't come out of. And yeah, it's just a great album, and definitely deserves some Grammy nominations. You know, another snub for J. Cole, but it's okay because J. Cole's about to get another hit with Middle Child.
The real ones been dying, the fake ones is lit. The game is off balance, I'm back on my shit. The Bentley is dirty, my sneakers is dirty, but that's how I like it, you all on my dick.
Now, Middle Child was just released last week. It's probably gonna debut in the top 10 of the Hot 100, which is really good because J. Cole has already solidified. You know, if you don't know by now, J. Cole is already solidified as one of the greatest of our era. There's Kendrick, there's Drake, and then there's Cole. You know what I mean? Like, not necessarily in that order either, but just his impact that he's had without having to do SNL, without being on the cover of Rolling Stone and in commercials and all this extra stuff that a pop culture figure would do. But he's still able to make an impact to where his sales have always been consistent. He's had 4 #1 albums now, and now he's about to get another top 10 hit with Middle Child with no features. You know what I mean? And I think that just shows you right there the impact that he's had on our generation. Thank you all. Happy birthday to J. Cole. I'm going to be doing many more appreciation days. Every week will be a different person of some sort. And you guys can always send recommendations about which ones you would like me to do. Definitely comment below how you feel about J. Cole. What's your favorite J. Cole album? What's your favorite J. Cole song, video? Have you seen him in concert? All that good stuff. Make sure you send your happy birthday wishes to Cole World. And yeah, make sure you subscribe to Surface Town. Please follow me on social media. Links are in the description. And yeah, thank you for watching. We're out.